everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest.
Hello.
This is my friend Natalie.
Hello.
Basically we're just going to be doing a video all about university, so talking about kind of, well, we haven't gone to uni yet, so it's all like the pre-uni stuff.
What we did to apply and things like that.
Yeah, like choosing unis and like preparation and stuff. We have like a mild plan that I made, but I don't really know what I'm gonna say, so
I'm just here.
Right. With that
lovely statement, I believe is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, let's just get started.
Right.
So we can start off with like talking about our uni courses and like what we're actually doing. So
right, so at university I'm going to be taking forensic biology. My top choice was Staffordshire, and luckily I've gotten off from there. It's quite a practical based course, so you do quite a lot of lab work and field work, and then you've got lectures as well.
I went to do medicine at university, which is obviously a 6-year/5-year course. Go me. And I have firmed Cambridge. Whether I'm going to Cambridge,
You are.
who knows? But yeah, so if I go to Cambridge, it's like firstly pre-clinical, so it's like basically all the lectures and like the theory, and then it goes into clinical, which is quite nice because I feel like I don't really want to go and see patients and be like, I don't know anything yet. The camera probably has moved, but whatever.
It's fine.
Now we're going to talk about how to choose a university, what to look for in a university, and like how to go about it.
Yeah.
So, firstly,
Shall I start?
I think the main thing is like choosing the course first before you choose the uni.
Yeah, because with the universities you could go to Russell Group or non-Russell Group. Russell Group's like the cream of the crop, as it were, but it depends what you're doing. Like, they could be good in one thing and bad in another. They could be bad for your specific course, so you need to go to like a non-Russell Group.
You might like a particular university, or you might be like, I really want to go to like Cambridge.
Yeah.
But then if you don't like the course as much as another one, you're paying for like your degree for that course, like you're paying for 4 years or 3 years.
Or 6.
So yeah. So you may as well at least like what you're doing and like get the most that you can out of it. How to go about choosing universities, I think the main thing is like, there's a website, is it like which.com?
You can do which or what uni.
Yeah.
There's a few websites.
And they have like all the stats, like percentage employment after you leave and stuff.
They also have like student satisfaction as well.
Yeah.
Go to open days.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I can probably give you, because then you get an actual look at university, and you can, there's like tours and demonstrations going on, and well, the subject fair is another thing you can do, so you can actually talk to the subject teachers and you get like a good idea of what's going on.
And you can kind of just like see if you fit in there.
Yeah.
I feel like you get like a vibe from it when you're there. I went on approximately one, which I regret because I swear it was like a week before the deadline in school and I still didn't know what universities I was applying to.
Where did you even go for your open day? Because I forgot.
Keele.
Keele.
But I didn't apply. This is a good example actually. I got to Keele open day and it was actually the most beautiful campus ever. Like, it was gorgeous and I was like, I'm applying here. And then I went to like the medicine subject talk and like the application process really just didn't work for me.
And
So
you
it
applied to
wasn't-
Cambridge.
No, yeah, but they didn't care about stats so much. It was like, if you get like this many A stars at GCSE, you're past the threshold, so we don't actually care how many you got. You're just like through to the next level. And like the stuff about the threshold, like I couldn't find online. It probably did exist online, but like I'd already done research about Keele and I hadn't found it, so I feel like if I hadn't gone, I probably would have applied there, but then it would have made less sense than some of the unis, which I had a better chance of getting through to interview with.
I went to 2 open days. I went to my top 2 choices because I didn't know which one I wanted first, and that was Staffordshire and Chester. And by going to that, I got to see a bit more about the courses and like about what options I had. So it was quite valuable to go to those. One thing you can do, if you're not entirely sure what you want to do for your uni course, or if you're like stuck between 2, is you can either apply for different courses at the same university or apply for just different courses at different universities if you're not sure. Because 2 of my options were not the course I wanted to do, but they were sort of similar. So that was just sort of giving myself some leeway.
With regards to like what to look for in a university, I reckon it's course, place, like how far it is, I guess like extracurriculars as well, and like societies and clubs.
That was my criteria.
Oh, and accommodation.
Yes.
Accommodation is probably criteria as well. But yeah.
Yeah, I needed that ensuite.
So moving on to like the actual application process. So this is quite different for both of us because not October.
Normal, not normal.
Yeah. So obviously if you're applying for like medicine, dentistry or Oxbridge, you are going to be very rushed for your application.
I think it's veterinary as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't say that word.
Veterinary.
No. UCAS is stressful.
Yes.
It's mainly personal statement. If I could give you one tip, it would be start your personal statement extra early, like before summer would be a good time.
Before your 12 ends, start your personal statement because you're not going to be wanting to do it over the summer, and it's good to start early.
Especially if you're like applying for something like medicine where you have admissions tests and all that kind of stuff over summer, and like if you've got like a lot of work experience booked for some reason, or you know that you're going to be on holiday loads, then try and get as much done as you can before the holidays, because I left mine so late.
Yes, you did.
So late.
and I started before summer.
Yeah, I didn't start before summer. Bad idea. But yeah, it's just going to be so stressful in September when like the year 13 workload hits you, because you think it's not going to be too different, and then you just get back and you're just like, I think the earlier you send it off the better, because at least you have a university placement.
Yeah.
And especially because not many people are sending it off.
Yeah, because if you do it early, you're going to get your offers earlier as well, because it's sort of like a first come first served on like looking at it basis.
Yeah.
So it's good to get them in early so you can start getting the offers and making plans.
Yeah, and it's nice to like know that you have somewhere to go. With regards to like extra things,
yes,
we did definitely work experience. Also like stuff like extra reading.
That's a big thing, yeah.
Yeah, just try and get in like any extra books, because even if you're like invited to an interview, they might ask you questions where you can apply stuff from the books that you've read, and it's just useful anyway for like knowledge. None of my books came up, but I feel like that's just because it's medicine, especially if it's MMI. They're not really likely, because they have set stations, they're not really likely to ask you about a specific book. It's more so if you have something like a Cambridge interview, but even then they didn't ask me, so. With
the MMIs, you're not going to really have enough time, so at least that's something. You don't have to worry too much with MMIs.
No. Well, they're stressful, but like at least you don't need to know much.
I wouldn't really know, I didn't do any.
But I read, what did I read?
You read medical ethics, didn't you?
Yeah, I read stuff about medical ethics. Cancer book.
Oh yeah, you had it on while you were cleaning, weren't you?
Yeah. I would literally just listen to audiobooks rather than reading, because it's so good to like multitask, especially because I had like a cleaning job.
It didn't really require much of a thought process. There we go.
So I would just listen to books. What was it called? I can't remember.
I don't know either.
I'll search it. But I also read The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. That was really hard, but if you want to read it, if you're applying for medicine, then I guess it was just really dense. My favourite book, which is one of like the best books that I've ever read, is Do No Harm by Henry Marsh. It was actually so good, and like I hate reading, so if I thought it was good, it was actually good.
I'll take your word for it. For my extra reading things, like I was a bit different from Magda in the fact that I couldn't really get any work experience, because I tried like 6 different places. I tried like the Wellcome Sanger Trust, I tried the police, I tried a couple of labs as well. I couldn't get anything, so I couldn't get anything organised. Luckily, if you're doing lab-based courses, they don't tend to expect you to have too much in the way of work experience, because you're not going to get much that's applicable. One thing I will say for regular courses at least is include your hobbies. And talk about skills you can gain from your hobbies and apply to your course, like teamwork, working alone as the opposite, and you can have leadership. But I did read, I believe it was the Epigenetic Revolution as well, just because I was interested, to be honest, and it's a similar sort of field. With like the difference between normal personal statements and medical ones, they're written quite differently. Like you tend to focus more on like work experience and like jobs and things like that you've had for medicine, and also your amazing interest in helping people. But with normal courses, you tend to put it's a bit more personal with you.
Yeah.
You talk about your hobbies, what you get from them, of course your interests, and work experience if you have it, but it's not a massive necessity.
And definitely read a few personal statements before you write yours, so that you kind of get a feel of what they're looking for your course.
Yeah, if you read some other people's personal statements just like online or something, or possibly a friend's, because you sort of like you get a gist of the structure and then you can adapt it to yourself.
Yeah.
And speaking of people reading personal statements,
get people to check them. That's what I made a video about ages ago.
It's good to get like friends and family to check them, especially if they're applying to Oxbridge. Oh hello. Especially if they offer to do a brutal dissection, like a certain somebody did.
Yeah.
After she'd already sent her stuff off, so she's gonna I don't know if you can read that.
Probably pull it back a bit. Yeah. I mean, it should focus on it. I feel like it's a good idea to like get multiple people to check it as well, to get people's viewpoints. Just don't give it to too many people, because they'll all give you conflicting information. You'll just be like,
one thing's right, one thing's wrong, and then the same thing's right as it is wrong, and it's just like.
And definitely like keep it personal, because it is a personal statement. So if like you like a particular bit and you don't want to take it out, like don't. Because I kept being told to put stuff about my subjects in, and I was like, no, I'm not cutting out this stuff just to say that I do biology, chemistry, maths, which everyone does. I feel like it's a waste of characters as well.
Yeah, because you've only got like, was it 42 lines?
Yeah.
So.
Like you think you have a lot, but you don't at all. So once you've like sent off your UCAS, it's very different for how it works. So if you're October, it's probably Cambridge and Oxford / courses like medicine, dentistry, etc. So those true. So those interview, obviously.
With sort of normal courses, they can do interviews, but quite a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the art subjects, they tend to do interviews a lot because they want to see you and your portfolio and things like that.
So it's very different, because personally for me, like after I sent it off in like September, then it was like straight on to like BMAT revision, although like I didn't really I just stressed about the BMAT. I didn't actually revise for the BMAT, so yay. That's probably why I did so badly. The only book I put on my personal statement was the medical ethics book. All the other books I read after. So I mean, there's that. Like I could bring them up in interview if I felt like it, but it wasn't like on my personal statement, so at least I didn't have like the stress of having to know the book.
Because if you put too many on, they expect you to know all of them.
My interview offers started coming through like mid-November, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah, and I tried to make all my interviews in December before Christmas, so that I wouldn't have to worry like during Christmas, and I could like focus back on school, because especially with mine, it was so like, I feel like the whole of autumn term was like completely uni and UCAS. Like I hardly did, like I didn't do schoolwork, I just did the homework and that was it.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot done in the first few months.
It was just basically waiting for interviews, whereas Natalie's, like, it's like the offers start coming through.
Yeah,
so
with normal courses, if you don't have to interview, you'll just get your offer straight away. Some have like certain conditions. Of course, you've got like entry requirements and stuff.
So basically, from like January onwards for medicine, it's like stress about when they're actually going to give you an offer. Some unis give you it quite quick. Like they do really weird stuff. Like I know Bristol send out offers really quick to people who like did really well in the interview. Like other unis do it in batches, so like you never know. For my unis, like Cardiff told me that it was going to be end of February. I didn't know when my Edinburgh one was going to come through, and then Exeter told me it was like end of March. So really it's like so long to wait, I feel, for medicine stuff.
It's a very long wait, because I got all my offers before you'd even got about like 3 of yours.
Yeah. The other thing is though, if you apply October entry because you're doing like Cambridge or Oxford, but then obviously you have other unis, you're going to get those other uni offers so fast.
You are.
Because no one else has hardly applied, so I guess that's good. If you're not doing something like medicine and you're just doing like a normal course, then at least you have like peace of mind that you have other unis to go to. Whereas for me it was like Cambridge was like first with like a really high offer, so I could
Yeah.
cry.
You'll find yourself just religiously checking your emails, religiously checking UCAS, and you'll be
Yeah.
like screenshotting every step when you're accepting your offers.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did you do that as well?
Yeah, I sent
I
it to
did.
my friend. I was like, is this right?
I did it as well. I was just like, screenshotting every step I did
Oh my god.
because I was just so paranoid that I was choosing the wrong university.
Literally, I was like, oops, I just firmed Cardiff.
I was
Well.
like, I want my firm at Staffordshire.
So I think finally we're just going to move on to like how we're preparing for uni. So after like you get, to be fair, after like interview, if you have them, like you like all the uni stuff calms down.
Yeah.
So again, like if you're applying normally and you don't have interviews, then as soon as you send it off, it's like breathe. But then if you have interviews, you know, you have to get through those. But I think after that point, it becomes a lot more school focused, which it needs to be.
Because you need your exams.
I didn't do anything else for uni
No,
until then.
I didn't do a whole lot either. I think the only thing I did was, of course, applying for accommodation and like joining Facebook group chats for like new students. That's something you can do.
Yeah.
And saying like who else is in your course, who else is in your accommodation, so you get to know some people before you go. If you're bringing a car, looking at parking permits or where you can park.
Yeah.
Things like that, really.
It's nice to join like Facebook group chats and
Yeah.
stuff just to like see who else has applied. To be fair, I silenced both of mine. Like I'm in Cambridge group chats, but I silenced them in exams because they kept discussing the exams,
no.
and I was like, I can't be dealing with these clever people saying that their exams went well, and I'm here
How
like
do you think-
nearly crying.
How do you think I feel when you start talking about exams?
Some universities will have like so much paperwork, like Cambridge kept sending paperwork after paperwork.
I saw them out, it was ridiculous.
Also, if you're doing medicine, you're going to have to do stuff like DBS and stuff like that.
What is that?
Like the criminal thing to make sure that you haven't killed
Oh,
anyone.
yes. The criminal background check.
With regards to like preparing for uni, I think I'm just trying to like live my life a bit.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't had free time for so long. Like even when I was procrastinating and not doing stuff, which was like most of the time, but even when I was like just doing random crap, I would still be like stressing about revision constantly and like, you should be doing revision. Why are you not doing revision?
Oh yes.
You're gonna fail your A-levels. And like now that that's all behind me, I just want to like do nothing.
Just get to sit back and relax.
Yeah. I think personally for like preparing for uni, I'm gonna, if I get into Cambridge,
You
because
will.
it's
You will get into Cambridge.
because it's an October start, I think I'm gonna like do quite a bit of stuff in September. So obviously like uni shopping and all that kind of stuff. I have like the physiology book, like the textbook for year one, because I thought that it would be a good read. It wasn't, it's the textbook. But I thought that I would like start on that maybe, like get the basics down before I go.
Have you actually started your uni shopping yet?
No.
Oh, I've already got like cutlery, towels and a printer.
No.
But then again, the printer is second hand, so.
I'm literally trying not to think about uni or like school.
Some advice about pre-reading and stuff. Do not go overboard, because from my brother's experience, for like the first term or something, it's going to be stuff you already know. So don't go overboard, because it's going to be quite easy in the first couple of like term or two.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
Yeah,
it also
they'll
depends
probably-
on your course though.
most courses, they sort of ease you into it. So they sort of start like at A-level standard and then go from there. So the first term is sort of reteaching you some stuff and then a little bit of new stuff. So it'll be fine.
Yeah. And I definitely think like don't overdo it as well. Like don't force yourself before, because you're going to uni, like it's hard. You've got 3 years of your course to do. Like you don't, this is like the time that you get
For free.
before everything like starts getting hectic again. So like don't force yourself to like sit there and do work if you don't feel like doing it.
You're not going to take in what you're reading. You're just going to be going, I have to do this.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
And you're gonna
I'm not
hate
enjoying
it.
You're just going to be dead before you even start your course, basically.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not going to have the energy to go on.
You want to be fresh
You
for
want to
uni.
be fresh. You want to be ready for freshers.
Read up about what the arrangements are, definitely, for like when you actually get there. But you can't really do that before results day because you don't know like if it's not unconditional, then you don't
Thank
know
you.
if you're going there yet. So,
Well, that didn't sound salty at all.
do you have a
No.
reading list?
Not yet.
Yeah, like I don't know if
Like-
I have a reading list. I might look into that.
I've been looking to see what textbooks I need and what I could be doing, but I haven't found anything because I don't think they start telling you like reading lists and stuff till quite close.
Yeah.
I think it's like you get given the reading like the textbook list with your like timetables and stuff when you get there. At
Maybe,
my
yeah.
uni at least, I think. I
Like,
don't know.
if you already know your reading list, then
Yeah.
that could be something that you could do over summer. Like, because if you actually like your course, which I guess you should, if you're doing it,
you
then
don't sound very confident there, Magda.
I'm hoping that like summer just snaps me back into like, I want to do school.
Oh god, it's not going to for me. I'm going to regret going back.
And definitely the main thing though is relaxing. Like that's
Yeah.
the main thing that you could do to prepare for
Just
uni is just
Don't stress about results.
Chill.
Though. Just
Yeah.
chill. No.
Yeah.
Just chill for a bit. Blank out anything to do with education.
That was pretty much all that we had to talk about today. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer all of them for you. It was a nice chat. Finally,
Yeah.
I wasn't alone by myself as usual, and I had someone here. I just thought it'd be useful, to be honest, like to
Yeah.
give insight into both different types of applications. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, then be sure to give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my channel.
Pressing that button that's probably still down there. So
Yes. And my social media handles are in the description as well, so you can follow me on those if you want. And that's pretty much all I have to say today. So it's a bye from me.
and a bye from me.
Bye.
Bye.